wanted to make this third part to talk about part 2 of question B of this question 6 of the ERM example. So it says provide a qualitative description of the change in surplus under scenarios 1 and 2. I'm just going to do it quantitatively as well to just show like the logic behind it. But if you look here, we just need to look at scenarios 1 and 2. Now again, with what the actuary suggested of doing just the durations 2 and 4 and doing half and half, it made our effective durations match. So small parallel shifts are not going to change our equity. Scenario 1 shouldn't change our equity because it's a small parallel shift. And we could just test that right here. I'm just going to copy this over up here. And you'll see here that our assets, they went down, but our liabilities went down by the same amount. So our change of equity is also 0 right there. Now for scenario 2, it's a little trickier to determine what's going to happen. But I want to look back at scenario 3 right here. You'll see that scenario 2 only increases in years 4 and 5, and the sum of the decrease right here for 4 and 5, which mind you, it's a bigger shift in scenario 3, but the sum of this is 0.52, which does not exceed the 0.68 decrease of the year 4 for this one in scenario 3. It's really what the kicker is from scenario 3, which brings the liabilities down, is this year right here, year 3, and it just adds it up, so it just equals right here a higher amount of decrease in the liabilities. So all in all, what I'm saying is I should expect that if I were to plug in scenario 2 right here, our change of equity is actually going to be bad for us as the insurance company. Now our assets should decrease more than our liabilities, which sure enough it does. So our assets decrease by 6, and then the liabilities decrease by 4, and so that gives us a change of equity. We lose 2 in this case. And so all in all, I would not recommend doing this. We're not fully immunized. That's kind of leaking into part C right here. It's not going in fully with the suggestion of NUCO. They wanted to be fully immunized, which we're not fully immunized because we're not doing the effect. We're only matching on effective duration. And so, no, I guess we wouldn't accept this suggestion. You know, honestly, it's hard to say. Like, I would recommend, if I was taking the exam, I would say no, I don't recommend it. But if the company's okay with the risk threshold of not being fully immunized and just immunized on effective duration, I would recommend it. I don't recommend it in this question because we don't meet the company's objective. But it does have advantages of following the actuary suggestion because, you know, we are immunized and it's simple to implement and it's cheaper because of transaction cost. There's less transaction costs. We only had to do 2 bonds. And it's easier to monitor in the future.